Up, and as can be expected with the Philippines being such a large archipelago, there are many different gods, many different things. So without further ado, let's look at some psychopunks, rulers of the dead, and gods of death. Number 1. Sitan. So even in early times, this god was considered an ancient god. He ruled over the lower world and was guardian to Kasaan, which was the village of grief and destruction. It's basically the equivalent to hell. Now Sitan has 4 agents by his side, who were sent to generally torment and ruin humanity. And unlike his Greek equivalent Hades, he directly opposes Bathala, who is often compared to the Christian god. Many anthropologists believe that he is most likely named after the Islamic ruler of the dead, Shaitan. Number 2. Siki Narugan. Now this Visayan god is quite elusive. We don't know if he has any family or allies, but he is depicted as the lord of the underworld and has really big horns or sometimes a Cebu's head. Number 3. Hakluban. Hakluban is a shape-shifting goddess of death and an agent of Satan. She causes illness and sometimes even death by simply greeting someone or raising her hand. She also is said to evaluate who is worthy of Satan's help, and randomly taught magic healing to humans for no apparent reason. The name Hakluban is said to be derived from the word Haklob, which can either mean to enchant or feeble, which is why she is referred to as a crone or hag. Number 4. Baka Dawa. Now Baka Dawa appears in Cebuano, Tagalog, Visayan, and Bicolano mythology, and most of you may have already heard of her as the shape-shifting Naga who tried to eat the moon. Now in the Bicolano myths, she is known as the guardian of the underworld and has the ability to inhabit all 3 realms at once. This being the lower realm, the middle realm, which is us, and the upper realm, which is where the gods live. Baka Dawa was born in the deepest part of the sea, and her and some other Naga who were either her servants or subjects, not that there's much of a difference, used to guard the entrance to the underworld, from both things getting in and things getting out. Now also according to the Bicolano myths, she didn't try to eat the moons to gain their beauty, but she already knew she was quite beautiful. So every full moon, the moon god Bolon, who usually appeared as a 14-year-old, just keep that in mind, it makes us all so much better, would come down and play with the mermaids. Now mermaids would usually try eat anything in sight, but he was said to be so beautiful that he could tame any creature. Now Baka Dawa saw him playing with the objectively ugly Magindara and was a little bit pissed that he didn't even pay her so much as a glance. So naturally, as revenge, she decided, I'm going to try eat this 14-year-old moon god. Because how dare he not notice me and my beauty as I'm supposed to be guarding the entrance to the underworld to stop an apocalypse from probably happening because sea zombies. I think the isolation may be getting to me. Moving on. So Baka Dawa put her plan into action. When it was full moon, she decided to turn into a giant dragon and try eat him. But her plans were foiled by Bolon's sister Hilaya, who was the goddess of moonlight and some other cool stuff. So after an epic battle, Hilaya ended up winning, and as punishment, she asked Bathala, the creator god, to trap Baka Dawa in her terrifying dragon form for eternity. So now she only ever leaves the gates to the underworld every few times in the age to try once again eat Bolon. Otherwise, she spends her time roaring from the divide, causing earthquakes and hurricanes, ashamed of her lost beauty. Number 5. Maguaon. In both South Visayan and Tagalog mythology, she is both goddess of the sea and farrier of the dead. She has control over all of the world's oceans and provides food to those who properly worship her. But, like most sea gods, she has a major temper and is very easily offended. Though she is unpredictable, she is not impulsive. As Maguaon, is said to be calm, level-headed, and has a motherly demeanor. She is not only queen of all the gods, but is associated with the spirits who live in the underworld, Sulad. Now, Maguaon used to be the ruler of the seas alone, but then her daughter died and she decided to be the furrier of the dead. In her absence, she has divided the rule over the seas amongst other gods. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I am currently making a part 2 to this because there is a lot of Filipino death gods. Anyway, now you're free to do whatever you like, so give this video a dislike, probably don't subscribe, that may give you cancer, and see ya!